Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Mystics Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here with us tonight. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. Look, man, the Washington Mystics. We told you guys while we're taping this week's episode of The Focus last night. Ray stepped in for you, and I was letting everybody know how big this week was for the Mystics. We know they had dropped that game to the Lynx this past Sunday at home at the SA, but they had this 3-game stretch right here where they got a chance to control their own destiny for maybe the last time this regular season. And what better way than have 3 games, two of the 3, against the 2 teams ahead of you for the final postseason berth. Tonight, they took on Chicago for the final time this season. They beat the Sky 89-58, and that gave them the season series. Win, I think 3-1, which could come into play if they need it. It's not a bad thing to have in your back pocket. Again, it's just one part of the 3 steps they need to take care of this week. But they started out fast and didn't really look back on the road in this one. So your thoughts on the Mystics kind of wire to wire winning this one?
Yeah, man, like you said, just straight up dominance from opening tip to final buzzer. It was beautiful to watch. Might have been their most complete game this season, to be perfectly honest. The defense, man, was crippling. And then offensively, they were just sharp, sharing the ball. They shot pretty well. They were decisive, curbed the turnovers. Then they used their defense to fuel their offense. They got a lot of runouts, fast breaks. Yeah, man, it's really not much to say, man. A lot of times we have games like this where it's not much to talk about on a negative side. This is on a complete opposite end of the spectrum, man. They were damn near perfect, and hence the final score. I think at one point Chicago went 6+ minutes without a field goal. And I mean, their defense tonight, man, they were strapping. Like in Chicago could get nothing. They brought up, disguise, paint dominance, offensively, and Mystics was having none of that. Of course, with Angel Reese out, that disturbs a lot of what Chicago does, especially getting those second chance opportunities. But nevertheless, yeah, man, the Mystics was just all over them in every aspect of the game.
Yeah, the defense. I don't think there's any. It starts there and it kind of almost ends there. Their defense was on one from the opening tip to the end of this game. They had one quarter where they didn't give up 20 points in a quarter tonight at all. Like there wasn't a quarter in which they gave up 20 points. The closest they came was the third quarter in which they gave up 19. They started the game giving up 13. They ended the game giving up 10. It's a hell of a defensive performance, man. Like you said, obviously, Angel being missing, and we know what she does on the glass, and how Chicago, they still hit the glass. Like, don't get that twisted with Angel, without Angel. They rebound the basketball at an extremely high level, but we know her propensity for coming down with offensive rebounds. These are second chance opportunities for them. And Washington did kind of a good job, just kind of, for the most part, not giving Camila Cardoso a lot of space to do anything if and when she touched the ball. There was a lot of times where I think they mentioned on the broadcast you saw, and this is just from her being a rookie, kind of trying to rush at times and lean back and score quick instead of kind of just taking one power dribble. You're the big dog down there, one power dribble, and then go back up, which I'm sure is something that will be fixed this offseason by the time we see her for her sophomore campaign. But credit Washington, their ball pressure was crazy. Kennedy Carter was the only one on the Sky that seemed to be able to kind of create some space. And even then, some of the shots she hit were extremely well contested. Like you said, Washington just did a damn good job defending in this one. And way to rebound from the loss against Minnesota, in which they just struggled to execute down the stretch on both ends in that one. And that was kind of a down game for the bench against Minnesota. That wasn't the case in this one, where you saw every member that entered the game tonight scored. The bench playing for long stretches, You talked about that stretch, 5 to 6 minutes where Chicago did not score at all. Like that's high level defense, and because of the margin that they had, some of the starters they didn't play heavy minutes tonight, which is great, obviously. Um, we'll get to player of the game or whatnot. How we was talking about folks, whether it's the Mystics or Wizards, kind of being on the like, oh, they're the Wizards killer, the Mystics killer list on that list. We might have to start one for Leah Edwards in the Chicago Sky. Every time she's seen the sky this year, it's at least 15. Not be,
Yeah,
like
it is on
there's some
site with
humor
them. I don't
there,
know
but
what
like
that's about, but
right, it's been on site. Like there's some humor there. However, the numbers back it up. She had 15 and 10 tonight, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Coming into the game, I think she was shooting like 70% from the floor against the Sky this season. But who'd you have for player of the game?
I mean, it's a lot to go around. But I just went with Brittany. And I feel like she covered a lot of bases tonight. What she had 14, 8, and 7. Solid game. Also added a block. But I mean, she played 22 minutes and was a plus 29. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, it was. It honestly could have been a couple people, but I just kind of one of those close your eyes and throw a dart at the wall, and whoever it lands on, that's, that's the pick.
Hey, look, man. You sold me. You had me at plus 29 in 22 minutes. She was crazy impactful in this game on both ends of the floor. It felt like she only had one block. Feel like she altered a couple others. We talk about her being one of the better rebounding guards in the league in a game against a front line like this. It doesn't hurt to have that on your side. Again, 8 boards, 7 assists, and this was another game where we kind of got a nice reminder of what we kind of missed most of the year, and the Mystics definitely missed most of the year. Her ability to get downhill and raise hell is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And to start the game, we saw it for herself. Then she started creating with the drop-off passes to the bigs, and Chicago didn't know what to do because it was a matter of can the second defender get over there before she beats the first defender. She's beating the first one, and that was happening routinely tonight. Hell of a job by her. I wholeheartedly agree. This is the one for me, which was kind of like darts. All of them, like I don't know, man.
Yeah, like I mean, like
Can I say the
everybody
Mystics?
scored. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just single one out for this one. I mean, like literally everybody had an impactful play at some point in this game.
No minuses. What are you supposed to do with that? Shig Sutton played 6 minutes. It was a plus 8. Again, hell of a win for them. Again, that was just the first part of a big week with 3 games in it. So they got this one down. Now they're officially 1 game back of Chicago, but they have to play Atlanta twice, which gives them an opportunity to kind of close the door on Atlanta and still stay alive. As those last 3 teams being Washington, Chicago, and Atlanta, alive for that 8th and final postseason spot. Real quick, wanted to acknowledge this because it is, in fact, a big deal. Ariel Atkins in this game, 2,844 points, 3rd most in franchise history. She passed Monique Curry tonight to take 3rd place. Shout out to Mo Curry, hell of a career in the W. A lot of work done here, as you can see. Now that she's moved to 4th, but congratulations to Ariel Atkins for that. Feel like that happened kind of quick, but still.
Yeah.
Feel like it's happened kind of quick. But I guess sometimes when you play by math with the 3s, you get to go up faster than 2s. But again, shout out to her for that. And also from across the other side of the league, shout out to Asia Wilson for the record that she got tonight as well. Huge. I think it was a single season scoring record
Yep.
that she broke tonight. So again, just giving credit to all on a record-breaking night. But for Washington, hell of a way to respond from the loss against Minnesota. You finish the season series with the Sky. You take that 3-1, and hopefully it's not even a thing that factors in if you take care of business come Friday and Sunday. If it is in fact a thing that you need, at least you have it. It's not like it was 2-2 and pushed to Chicago. You're back by a game. We'll see how things look like come Friday when we talk to you guys then. Appreciate y'all.